Okay guys, we're hooked to a 2013 Camaro, and I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough using this Bluetooth version of the D8, and we'll see how fast it goes through stuff, and we'll see what all options it's got. This does have the latest software that Xtool has out for the GM. Now try to get through this as quick as possible so you can see. All we're going to focus on is active test and special functions. First, we're going to start here at the engine control module. This is an automatic transmission. So we're going to do actuation test and special functions. Here's all the actuation test. Just give you a couple seconds to glance over that. We got special functions. We got some learn functions and reset functions. Alright, let's go back to transmission control module now. We got actuation test down here and special functions. This does not have the G80 rear end. So actuation test, special functions. Inflatable restraint, actuation test, special functions. And the reason I do these, like I've explained in a few other videos, is if you're thinking about buying a scan tool and you're wanting to know what all a particular scan tool can do, such as this one, that's where this is all about. We'll do body control module. This does have the HID headlights. So that way you can, before jumping out and spending money on one of these, you can watch this video, see if it's going to be able to actuate or test certain things that you may want to make sure it's able to do. I didn't have that option. I had to just order these. Any scan tool I've ever had, I just had to order and hope for the best. Okay, so chassis control. I'm going to go ahead and click that because there might be something else. That's going to be brake, transmission, shift, interlock, solenoid. It'd be nice if that's what that said right there instead of chassis control. But anyway, special functions. Okay, instrument cluster. Actuation test. And special functions. HVAC. Actuation test. And you got different functions like miscellaneous test. It'll have a couple under it. Air recirc. You just never know till you get it completely as deep as it'll go. Fuel pump. This is a direct injected engine. So you got fuel pump and exhaust flow control valve. Okay, so this is a multi-axis acceleration sensing or sensor module. Special functions. Okay. And I don't think it's got power steering control module. That, I believe, is usually whenever you have electric power steering, which I do not believe this. Well, maybe it does. Special functions. Okay, that's just the steering angle sensor. And okay, we got steering wheel angle sensor module. Special functions. You'd think both those would be under the same menu. I know it doesn't have a suspension control module, so I'll have to block that out. Actuation test. Well, I won't block it out because if you do have the suspension control module, this is what you're going to be able to get into. Just actuation test, no special functions on that. Passenger presence. All we have is special functions. Heads-up display. It does have heads-up display. Headlamp control module. Not sure if it's going to have that or not. Actuation test. Special functions. Radio. Multimedia player interface. I don't think it's got that. I think that's for if you had a CD changer, but I'm not sure exactly. Just CAN bus learn. Does not have, and I'm going to go ahead and click all these because even though this car doesn't have a few of these, it's still popping up and showing you the options. For instance, we don't have a mobile telephone control module, but it's still showing what you can check if you did have. This is version 9 of the telematics actuation test. Special functions. And I believe the remove reset module, I believe that's if you swapped in another head unit and you had to put the passcode in or the password in order for it to work. That's the anti-theft deal. If someone steals a head unit out of a car and tries to install it in theirs, they're not going to have no luck. So if you went to a salvage yard, for instance, and grabbed a head unit and put it in, and you got the code up saying that it needs to be programmed, this scan tool, I believe, is what that does. Front seat heating control module does have heated seats. Okay. Does not have a convertible top. I'm going to click it because if you do have a convertible, you'll be able to see any kind of active test or special functions that this scan tool will have for it. Actuation test, folding top pump motor, parking assist, actuation, and special functions. And the last one, auxiliary gauge module, actuation test. That's the little rally sport gauges down on the center console. And that's about all we got. Alright, so hopefully you guys got some good information out of this video. If you're thinking of getting one of these, you kind of have an idea of what kind of features it's got on a 2013 Chevrolet Camaro. Until the next one, you guys take care.